Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Make sure we got everything working here. One sec. Get my technical stuff sorted out. Here we go. Perfect. We got a couple of likes in the house already. I see my friend Jason is in. Hi, Jason. How are you? Hope you've had a great week. Welcome everybody who's going to watch live. And welcome everybody who's going to watch the replay, because I know we do have a lot of people that watch the replay. So welcome everybody. Like I said, I've already welcomed Jason. I'm sure we'll get some more rolling in here very shortly. How's my audio there, Jason? Are we good? Hello, DMC. Welcome. Just giving everybody a second to get in here. I don't know if Jason had to step out for a second. DMC, how is my audio? Is it in good shape? Checking here. Sorry, I don't like to keep going if my audio is no good, but I think we're okay. My light's on and everything seems to be working out all right. Very good. Thank you, Kim. And welcome, Kim. Thanks for coming to the show. Hopefully you get your stuff soon. You should. Yeah. So, tonight we're just going to basically do a question and answer. If people have questions, I'll do my very best to answer them. I have a few things to talk about on stuff that has happened around here in the last week. We've had some pretty cool stuff happen around here and some not so cool stuff. So we got to take the good with the bad, right? So, I guess I'll start with talking about we have some beautiful weather here in Canada finally, in Ontario. As you see, I'm in a tank top because it's been hotter than hell out there today. We had a snowstorm 2 weeks ago, and I cut my grass today for the first time this year. So that's pretty neat to get some summer weather. But we did have some not so hot stuff happen this week as well. So as some people know, that we were trying to breed our clownfish. We were trying to raise the babies, get the fry, and go, but it was a no-go. We made way too many rookie errors, I think. We did realize most of the errors we made. I guess the first and foremost error is when we thought it was time to take them out, it was not time to take them out. They could have stayed with the father and got fanned by the father for another 3 days. Essentially, we didn't what we didn't pick up on, what we were reading about it and what people are telling us, it's when you can see their two eyes really, really clearly, but their body changes color to like a silver color. So that's so that was the first mistake. We pulled them early. Second mistake is I didn't have enough rotifers for them. Third mistake is I pulled the rock that they were on with the anatomy on it, and I couldn't get the anatomy off. I didn't want to hurt it. So it ended up actually moving on the rock and over some of the fry, which it killed by doing that. So we had a whole bunch of errors and messes up and everything else. So needless to say, they did not survive. But I guess the plus side is if your tank's healthy and your fish are healthy, from everything I've read and what people have told me and what I've researched, says that they should spawn every 2 to 3 weeks after that. So we should get another chance. Sorry, I'll just catch up on a little bit of the chat here. Hello, Sandy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Do you mind if I make you're here all the time? I'm gonna make you a moderator if you don't mind. If you don't want to be a moderator, tell me and I'll remove it. I figured I should have some more moderators now. That apparently you need them a lot now. I've never really relied on moderators a lot, and it's not that the people I've chosen are not fantastic moderators. Just never really had a lot of need for them. But apparently, there's been a lot of live stream bombing lately, so we need lots of hands on deck. Hey, Sand Creek, thanks for coming out. I'm not early. I start at 9 o'clock every Monday. It's when I start. I'm actually on time. Like first time I've actually been on time, not like 9:01 or 9:02. Who else we got in here so far? Fishy Fun. Hi, Fishy Fun 57. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, sure. I'll make you a moderator. Sand Creek. No problem. Okay. Perfect. Oh, no problem, Sandy. Thank you. Yeah, you got to watch that Jason guy. He can get a bit rowdy on here. We need a moderator of the moderators, maybe. So, anyways, yeah, our clownfish deal didn't work out at all. We totally botched it. We botched just about every part of it. But what we did do is see it firsthand now. And we've seen it firsthand, and we've seen what mistakes we've made. And as aquarists, this is something we should all be doing. You don't know how many mistakes I've made in my fish room, fish tanks. I've made horrible mistakes that cost a lot of fish's lives, or just didn't go well, or bad breeding experiments, or what have you. But they're not really mistakes if you learn from them. If you learn from them, it's called learning. If you make a mistake, you do something that maybe you shouldn't have done, or you should have put more thought in, or more research, or whatever, or you needed to see it firsthand to really see how it's supposed to work. And if things go wrong, they don't go the way that you're expecting them to, and you just go, screw it, I'll never worry about this again. I think that's a mistake. If you didn't try to correct it, I guess, if you didn't try to learn from it, if you didn't try to improve from it, that's a mistake. But trying to improve from something and learning from an experience, and then looking at what you can do better next time, what you can do differently next time, and what should work, and recognizing these things, that's not a mistake. That's called learning. So we learned a lot about clownfish this week. A lot more than it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stress because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to expect. So I was constantly, you know what? My biggest mistake was probably messing around with them too much, to be honest with everybody. But now we've seen it, and next time we're going to try to make sure we're absolutely ready for them, and maybe it'll go a little bit differently. Yes, I do. If you're Mark's Aquatics, I watch Mark Shrimp Tanks. I don't know if I have Mark's Aquatics. I'll look it up after, but I don't think so. I think it's Mark Shrimp Tanks I watch, and I can tell you, Mark Shrimp Tanks, that guy knows his stuff. He's bred clownfish. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm just maybe a little bit dumb or whatever. I watched tons of videos on it. I researched the hell out of it, but I don't know, until I try it myself the first time. Sometimes it just doesn't always go that well. And then, like I said, I keep notes and make sure that I do things properly the next time. But I will definitely check out. I'll check out anything that I can hopefully take something from and improve on my experience for next time. So, yeah. So around here, and anytime anybody jumps in and has some questions, by all means, let me know. And just so you're not just looking at my ugly face, I'm actually going to put on, I think I got the other camera set up on my crystal red shrimp tank. Yes, I do. And I gave them a little bit of food. Looks like the video quality is a little bit choppy, but there they are anyways. Yeah, these are a pretty cool strain. A lot of you have already seen them, but I get so many of them, and they're just such a good looking shrimp. I can't get enough of them. So I put a little bit of food out for them, just for some of them to come out to the front of the tank. But these guys, these are like clone sea shrimp. These guys essentially breed true every baby. Like, I haven't had one baby yet that I went, no, that's not a double S. No way, it's too far out. No, they all breed exactly true. So that's why I like looking at these shrimp. They are about the only Caradina I've had so far that actually does breed exactly true for quality. And I'm saying that, I'm not saying that all crystal reds breed true. I'm saying this line of crystal reds breed true, because most of them don't breed true either. I just happen to be lucky and get a good line. Yeah, he makes, talking about Mark's aquatics, he makes mistakes too, which he documents, but he has been successful lately. Yeah, the clownfish thing is an extremely different affair. It's I don't know. I guess my best analogy for a lot of these saltwater fish. Actually, I don't even know of many that can be bred. I don't know much about marine at all. But what I do know is clownfish are like between insects and fish. The way they're raised. They start as larvae. They don't start as fry. They start as larvae, which is really weird because they go through a metamorphosis and everything else, and there's a lot of things that you have to have in place in order for those fry to survive. But once you get past that stage, they are apparently incredibly easy to raise beyond that point. But anyways, here's Mark's Aquatics YouTube page. Yeah, so we have that going on this week. Mikey, everybody see the video about Mikey? I know it wasn't one of my better videos, at least in the way of views. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of views, so if you haven't checked it out, check out our video we did a couple of days ago on Mikey. So Mikey's as many of you know, we've had Petey for a number of years now. I've had Petey for like 3 years now. I got her as a little hatchling false mat turtle. And I just happened to be looking through Kijiji, and someone had a couple turtles for free. I asked them if they'd mind splitting. They had a red ear slider and they had a map turtle. And they said through text, they said, so he's got a chipped shell. I went, okay. So I asked her, I said, would you split them? I have no need for a red ear slider. I don't have space for one. I just keep map turtles. And she said, sure. So I went and picked him up, and I asked her a couple of questions just to, I guess, see where I had to start with nursing this guy, because I could tell it just wasn't a chipped shell when I got him. He had a bit of a bacterial infection going on his shell up near his head, and it was all white, and it just, yeah. So I asked her, and she said, like, she had never had a UV bulb on him. His water was really cold when I put my hand in it. Stuff like that tells me he never had a heat lamp. So his shell had a lot of algae on it. And this great big spot. I don't know if another turtle had bit him at one time, or if he got dropped or bit by another pet. I don't know, but it was very badly damaged. But I think now with clean water, good temperature of the water, and I cleaned it up with a brush a bit. And yeah, he seems to be a very spry little fella. He's oh, there it is. Yeah, there's Petey's, or Petey gets a friend video. And he yeah, they get along great. I can't believe it, how good they get along. I didn't think they would. I didn't know if turtles even had a like a bond with each other, or if they cared to have other turtle company or whatever. They actually seem to get along great. They're always like cute as hell, nose to nose, and little Mikey just follows Petey around. Petey's like twice the size of him. So if anybody with map turtles, the females get a whole lot bigger than the males, like twice the size. And I think maybe with Mikey, maybe not getting quite the same love and care as Petey's had her entire life. He might be even a little smaller yet because of that. I can tell you, just there, it's weird to see how spoiled some of your pets are compared to ones that you bring into your home that some people maybe didn't put the same effort into. So like you look at Petey gets fed shrimp, Petey gets fed snails, Petey gets fed like everything. Earthworms, we go out and collect earthworms. Petey gets fed earthworms. Petey gets fed duckweed. I always put lots of duckweed in her tank, and that's just like her staple. She just eats it all day long. She's like a turtle cow. But Mikey's never seen any of this food before, ever. I think all he's ever gotten is a pellet. Like hell, Petey gets fried eggs sometimes. Like she eats it all, and she recognizes it all as food, and it's amazing to see. Like the other turtle doesn't even recognize it as food unless it comes in pellet form. So hopefully he'll learn to get all this good food into him and stuff, and he'll grow like Petey. But these are some of the things I noticed, anyways, from my spoiled pet to new ones coming in. But he's fitting in nicely. He's not causing any problems. Petey's not attacking him. So yep, they're getting along good. Couldn't ask for it any better, really. Yeah, so that's about it for what I wanted to talk about Mikey. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Lots and lots going on around here this week. That's why I just pretty much figured I could pretty much just talk about what's going on this week. Fishy Fuzz try to catch up. I'd say hello to everybody. Yeah, it gets difficult at times. It gets very difficult at times. So yeah, so we have another tank here as well that a lot of you are very aware of. I should actually put the cam on it for a bit. I might do that in a little bit actually, but I think everybody's enjoying looking at the crystal red shrimp here. The 180 is getting an overhaul. 180 is getting just about a complete overhaul. Currently houses a lot of fish, a lot of African cichlids, mostly haps. There's some Mabuna in there and whatnot. It's getting cleared out hopefully this week. And it's going to be straight up Frontosa tank. I'm just keeping Frontosa in it. Frontosa is my thing. I love Frontosas, and I haven't had them for a long time. There's a few battles in this tank. I got a big mean Frontosa in there, and he's a little bit pissed off with the Venustus in there. So they've been going at it a lot. I don't want any more battles. I just want one male and probably like, I don't know, 8 female Frontosas in there, and that tank will make me happy. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that tank this week. So we'll have some pretty cool updates for that. Hello, Steve. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. So yeah, that's the updates with the 180. One thing I wanted to show you guys that I picked up this week, and it's not a new thing or anything, but yeah, it's so cool. It's a temperature gun I picked up. They were on sale actually at Canadian Tire. It's a Canadian Tire jobby. I max them, but like, it's so awesome. Like it's so easy. So I'm sitting. You guys can't see it, but the 180 gallons right beside me. So all you do is you pull the trigger. Oh, where are we here? That lights are up, and then I want to change it to Fahrenheit. Change it to Fahrenheit. shoot tank. Let go of the trigger and it locks in your temperature. And I found it to be extremely, extremely accurate. And it's like just bam, done. Loving it. So much easier. Like I've always used like meat thermometers for checking the temperatures in my tank. Well, it takes a bit of time for it to actually go. This thing's instant. I don't know where it's been on my life. It's gonna save me a lot of time. And yeah, I suggest if you have a few tanks, this is the way to go. The meat thermometer is a thing of the past. We got to keep up with technology here. So that's my newest addition that I bought for down here. And in these times as well, you can check your family members out as well. That's what they're using to check people's temperatures. That's going well, Steve. It's going well. I'm just gabbing away about some different things that are going on here. I hope all is well with you. Who else we got in here? Fishy Fun. Oh, you can't read the name of product? Yeah, this is the Canadian Tires version. I don't know what the heck they actually call it. I'm just having a look here. I don't know what the name, but it just, yeah, I call it just a temperature gun. It's a laser. You can't see it on the thing, but there you go. See, like my computer screen, it's 31.3. Like the thing's just great. So nice and fast. You can point it at running water even, and it's fairly accurate just pointing it at running water. So if you're trying to get the proper temperature out of your tap, then yeah, you just point it at it or a little in the bucket, whatever. Point it at it, gives you a very, very accurate temperature. So it's a lot easier to use than those floating ones. I gave them up about 10 years ago and started using meat thermometers. And it took me a while to go to this, but like this is just like, yeah, too easy. And I don't know. I think this one cost me about 30 or 40 bucks on sale at Canadian Tire. It was on sale, but yeah, I think it's regularly 60 or 70. Right in tools, hand tools at Canadian Tire. That's where you should be able to find it. Where all the wrenches and all that kind of stuff is, measurement devices. Yeah, they didn't have many there. There was 2 there in Aurelia when I went. So, because a lot of people are buying these as well, just for checking human beings' temperatures as well. So if you can find one, grab one. Most definitely. So the other thing that I had to talk about tonight, which I didn't honestly have a whole lot to talk about tonight, but we'll go over a few things here. We'll switch that cam and talk about some different fish. There's some fish I'm going to showcase that I don't generally showcase very often, so we'll try them in a few minutes. But it's Roscoe's birthday today. I didn't realize that it has come up on us so fast. But yeah, our dog Roscoe is actually 1 year old today, and he had a fantastic day. Roscoe has a fantastic day every day. He lives every day to its fullest. But he's a Burmese mountain dog, and hit the 1 year mark, and he still acts like a major goofball puppy, but he's coming along. So for his birthday today, he got, I took him for a walk, not just a walk, I let him run. We went to an off leash area and around some ponds and stuff. He got to play and be a total ass essentially. And he got that this morning. He got a walk, then he got a bath. He didn't like that part, but he did get a bath. Nicole has spoiled him rotten for his birthday, and he got a couple of great big happy birthday dog cookies for his birthday. He got an extra large King Kong toy for his birthday, a new brush for his birthday, and a piece of steak for supper. So he did pretty good for his birthday today. Maybe we'll bring him down near the end of the live stream if everybody wants to say hi to Roscoe. We haven't had him down here for a while because he's just so freaking big. He gets in here, and if I got wires all over the place and stuff, he just gets in here and raises havoc down here. So I don't bring him down here very often. But anyways, so yeah, we've been busy pampering Roscoe today. So I'm just gonna slip over here for 1 sec. I want to move this to a different tank actually. Hello, Sharky. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna move this over to. I'm gonna see if my tripod will go down low enough. I'd like to actually put this on my Paracep nigrinus tank, because that's one tank we don't really look at a whole lot, guys. Hardly ever at all. What are you using to show your tank? Those are big, beautiful dogs. Yes, they are big and beautiful and hate the heat. So he was cooling down a lot today. That's just my iPhone, honestly. My iPhone on a tripod. That's all I'm using for that. Hello, Fish Tropic. I'm just gonna actually slip over for 1 second, try and set the camera up on my Paracep nigrinus, if everybody would like to have a look at them. So give me 1 second. All right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, it didn't even come up here. Well, damn. Well, looks like I actually just lost that camera altogether, guys. But yeah, who asked that question about the camera? Yes, I'm using the second camera. So I use, right now we're in my studio, what you're looking at, and then I can invite my own camera to my show to add it to another tank. I don't know why. I guess I haven't entered the broad. Give me 1 second, guys. I didn't push one button. There we go. There we go. We got some little bit of angle there anyways. So yeah. Yes. Yes, you can most definitely do that. So anyways, these are my Paracip nigrinus. So I believe I have 4 males and 2 females. And down at the bottom is one of the females. And yeah, they're in a 65-gallon tall. They don't I don't even know if they need that much space. They really don't use that much space. And if you can see down, there's actually a couple of multis in there as well. They're not supposed to be in there. I've just never been able to get them out of there. But these are from Lake Tanganyika. I love them. They're kind of like sips. They are a type of sip, but they like to actually go down into the caves and stuff as well. The other thing I keep in there is some bristlenose plecos as well. But yeah, it's just a tank that I just, that's all I have in there. I wouldn't mind getting some more females. I do know where I can get some more. So this will be a fantastic breeding tank, I believe, as these guys mature. They're getting mature. They're getting beautiful. The lighting is horrible there. So there's a ton of water lettuce and duckweed in that tank as well. So a lot of light doesn't penetrate through. But the males get such a beautiful iridescent blue going across their bodies, which is very, very pretty. And the females stay kind of bland, like with many African cichlids. But yeah, these guys aren't really well known about. There's I don't think there's a lot of people that actually keep Paracip nigrinus. It's one of those sips that's just a little bit different. And once you have them, you end up keeping them because they're just such an easy fish to keep. Yeah, so fishy fun. What I guess there's a few, well, there's all kinds. There's some real hard ways, and then there's some harder ways, I guess. The program I'm using is called StreamYard, and it's a very, very easy program to use. I do believe you have limitations to how much live streaming you can do with that software, unless you purchase a subscription, which I'll admit I have a subscription to StreamYard, so I can. That's why you don't see a StreamYard watermark on my videos or anything like that, because I have a paid subscription, so I can do as many hours of live streaming a month that I would like to. And yeah, it costs me like $20 a month or something. I can record as well. I can record myself and use it later if I like, or yeah, whatever I like. Downsides to StreamYard is that it is so simple. Some stuff I believe could be added on to the software. like right now, if I could do 2 camera views at the same time from my computer, I could do that, but I can't. I have to invite myself as a guest. These are things that another software called OBS, you can do this kind of stuff with multiple camera angles, da 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 da. Like it gets. The problem is that it would be nice to have something between StreamYard and OBS, because OBS is super complicated and StreamYard is super easy. It'd be nice if I could find something kind of in the middle of that. I believe I could do a lot more than what StreamYard offers, but I'm not quite OBS ready. So I hope that answers your question a little bit about that. Steve Langley asking, do they breed a lot? Not really. Not my tank. They're very young still. I have had 2 mouthfuls of eggs. Unfortunately, both times I was away on vacation when it was happening, so I never actually did get to collect the eggs. But what these guys, they're like they breed the same way SIPs do. The male fertilizes the eggs, the female lays the eggs, the male fertilizes the eggs, all in mid-water. They do this all in the middle of the water column. So it's apparently quite a feat to do. But yeah, they're a pretty peaceful fish. I like keeping them, and when they do start breeding, hopefully I can expand this colony. I do need to get some more females to be successful with them at all. But yeah, they're just a neat fish to they're trying to breed right now or fight, one of the two. Looks like they're picking on the Bristlenose Pleco that's coming in there, and he didn't really care what they think. That Pleco right there produces a lot of fry, a super amount of fry out of that tank. That's what I mostly get out of that tank is Pleco babies. Yeah, $20 a month for something that I want to use, and I want to use consistently. I want to be able to use all the features of the program too. OBS is actually free, but like I said, I don't know. I know Jason from Redfish Bluefish was on here. I don't know if he still is. But anyways, he's gotten. It looks like he's gotten OBS down pat quite a bit more. Same thing as you can't do intros with StreamYard, but you most definitely can with OBS if you can figure it all out. So yeah, that's kind of the differences in them anyways. Like I said, OBS is really hard to figure out. I can't really figure it out that well. I haven't put the time into playing with it either. So that might make a big difference as well. All right. Anybody got any questions? Any comments? Is there anything else in the fish room that you guys have wanted to see? Hello, JH Aquatics. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. OBS. It is hard. I've gotten a lot of it figured out, but I guess I've just been scared to come on a live stream and actually use it on a live stream. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe try using OBS and just pre-recording something and seeing how it turns out, to try it out that way. All right. Streamlabs, OBS for the win. Yeah. Yeah, OBS is like I said, a great program if you're probably a little bit more computer savvy than I am, because I am not very computer savvy at all. So what I just fed these guys here was just some, when I put the camera on them, finally figured that nonsense out. All I fed them was some ground up in a pepper mill. I ground up some North Fin veggie, cichlid veggie, and Northfin Bug Pro is what they're sifting through all the sand for. Yeah, then you're probably in the same boat as me, and StreamYard's probably your best friend for sure. Oh, what are we at there? Oh, some more saying hello. So yeah, if anybody's got any questions or if there's anything else in my fish room here you guys would like to see, let me know, because I don't know what you guys want to see. I got all kinds of neat stuff down here, but I don't know what kind of neat stuff you guys want to see. So I look at it every day. So it's to me, one tank's just about as neat as another. So I guess, what do we have breeding around here this week? Got a few clutches of bristlenose plecos this week. They should be ready. Actually, one that I'm really interested in, the ones that everybody was interested in a couple of weeks ago, what I call like the blue tint breeding Ancestris. I don't believe there's any eggs in there yet, but there should be soon. They've been all over the caves. I put some more caves in, and they were actually really eating one of the wood caves quite a bit the other day, because you can actually see a difference in their waste that they leave behind is actually the color of the caves. You can tell when they're eating them. So yeah. Oh, hey, Sharky. Oh, we got lots of bristlenose. I guess I'll put the camera back on the guys we were looking at a couple weeks ago, and I'll drop some food in that tank. I haven't fed that tank yet tonight, and we'll see if they'll come out and give us a show. Give me 1 second. Looks like everybody will come out for something to eat, and there's some pretty neat looking guppies in that group as well. But they'll be out in a sec. Do you already or plan to in the future sell shrimp, neos in particular? I don't really keep a whole lot of neos. I don't keep like any. I keep some red reelies and I keep some cherry shrimp. Other than that, I keep all Caridina, and I do sell a lot of my Caridina shrimp. The Caridina shrimp, I don't know. I like them better. I like their colors better. I like what it takes to keep them better. I find they tend to make me be a better shrimp keeper. Caridina, they just won't do well if you don't look after them well and give them what they need. So yeah, I guess in essence, it makes me be a better shrimp keeper by keeping them. Whereas you can get away with a lot more with Neocaridina, and they'll be okay. But I don't find them nearly as pretty. Not nearly as pretty, so I don't keep a lot of them. Now, like I said, Caridina, I sell blue bolts. I haven't been selling any King Kongs because I've been just trying to really grow that colony out. I sell crystal reds. Yeah, that's about it for shrimp. Neos, I do have a friend in Barrie that sells a lot of Neos, Kim. If you need a contact for that, I can hook you up for sure. No problem, Sharky. Yeah, you can see them all coming out there. I'm real excited about these guys for my future longfin bristlenose breeding plans. These guys are, I don't know, I like them. They're top notch for sure. So yeah, we'll see how they turn out. You can see that wooden cave back behind the one plant there. There's a couple that have been hanging out in there quite a bit lately. So I'm hoping they're going to yeah, he's hopefully traps a female in there and we get some eggs and get some babies and see what they turn out like. Hell, they could come out all albino. I'm not sure how they're going to come out, but I do hope they do come out well. Yeah, no problem, Kim. Not a problem. Thank you, Sand Creek. Yeah, we pride ourselves in our caves. Most definitely. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, because, and I guess I don't talk about the caves nearly enough. I don't know. I guess I feel I've already spoke about them in the past a lot, but I got to remember I have new people joining all the time. Oh, hey there, my little cousin. I say little, but he's bigger than me. But he's younger than me. My little cousin just joined us here, Bryce, and Bryce is actually going to get some of those crystal red shrimps we were showing earlier. And this is where you can find them to purchase them if people like. But I started making first, obviously, I started with slate caves, started making slate caves. And like I didn't read anything on how to do it, or I just did it. So I'd make them all affixed, no removable top or anything. And then I started having success with bristlenose plecos. And then I went, wow, it'd be real neat if I could get in this cave. So I said, okay, I'm not going to affix the top to it. And then I started making removable top caves. And I was looking at a piece of wood one day and I said, hey, plecos eat wood. Why don't we just make a cave out of their food? So I thought, what the hell? Let's try this. And bam! Like soon as I made it, I had a spawn. I used an 1.5-inch drill bit and drilled out a log. I sunk the log, and like they spawned almost instantly. So I thought I'm onto something here, and I kept doing it, kept getting great spawns, and every spawn I get, the babies would come out very healthy because they already, I believe, getting the fiber from the wood right off the bat gets their digestive tracts rolling, gets them moving. It's a good soft start food for them, I think, and all the micro what's the word, biofilm that grows all over the wood too, I believe is a great start for them. So I started making them, then I started selling them, and people started buying them, and the rest is history. But they do work extremely well. I like both the slate and the wood, and when I set up a pleco breeding tank, I generally set it up with slate and wood. Hell, I even put in I make another type of cave just out of like two the clay pot saucers. I'll do that and punch a hole out of one saucer and do it. Whatever they choose to breed in. And I will say they generally breed in the wood caves. If they have the choice out of those 3 caves, they'll generally take the wood cave. That's my experience anyways. Yes, I've cut a lot of slate for Steve for breeding his angelfish. So if you're trying to breed your angel, I'm going to give one of your secrets away here, Steve, even though I don't think it's a secret. Lots of people have been doing it for a long time. A 3-inch by 12-inch piece of slate in a 20-gallon tall tank is a great spot that angelfish will choose to breed more than likely. Hello, Ryder. Welcome to the chat. We're coming near the end of it here because we're just doing an hour tonight. It's been a very long day, so but thank you for joining us, and thank you for the compliments on my tank. But yeah, what do you think of this new line I'm going to work with for longfin plecos, Steve? I figured you'd like them. There's quite the mix of actually, that's a fantastic. Yeah, turn your heater sideways so they don't use it instead. I've seen that a lot where the angelfish will actually prefer to use a heater. Hello, gnarly fish tanks. Welcome. But anyways, yeah, with these guys, we're hoping for some good things to come from them. And these guppies here, you'll see that there's quite a mix. All the females and some of the males you see in there, they're just mutts. They're a black Moscow crossed with Taiwan and everything else. But you'll see some come through there. There's one there right now, and that's a black metallic. I have a few males in that tank that are black metallic males, and then I have the females separated in another tank. There's another black metallic male that just came up there. But other than that, there's no other purebred guppies in that tank. And yeah, they're coming out very nice. I got those black metallics as very, very young fry. I didn't even you couldn't tell how they were going to turn out at all, but they're actually, yeah, turning out pretty nice. From what I can see on for the most part on the black metallics, and to get a better look at them, we'd really have to have them in a jar in front of us. But what I'd like to see more on those black metallics is probably a longer dorsal fin. If I was going to be picky, which I am, if I was to try and improve, see that guy's got a decent dorsal fin, but it's not quite as long as I would like to see. And I think that one there actually has more of a dorsal fin than a couple of the others in there even. So may grow more, but I'd say that's about a 6-month-old guppy. So at 6 months old, that's pretty much, you're almost showtime, right? So I'd say they're really not going to get a lot better than what they are now. So there's essentially one of them that I'm happy with in there. And I believe it's the one showing off for us right now. Oh, he just left. But anyways, I'm going to sort through them. And my favorite male out of those guppies there, I will end up putting in the tank with the females. So yeah, that's what we got going on in this tank. And yeah, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, they are nice, and hopefully their babies come out even nicer is what I'm hoping for. Anyways, they're nice, but I'm hoping they produce even nicer than themselves. There's a couple in there that I think I'll call out. There's a couple that quite don't have the length of tail that I'm after. Certain things I'm after when I'm breeding these Ancestris. Length of tail is huge. Length of dorsal fin and length of tail. These are very young fish. That one right in front of us isn't bad, but it's like literally on the brink of being culled out of that group. So I want length of tail, length of dorsal fin, length of pectoral fins, uh, body shape. Body shape's pretty important. A lot of people don't think about that for either guppies or for plecos. The body shape is very important for breeding. So with plecos, I like to actually, and these guys are really hard. They don't go on the front glass very often at all, but it's nice when they'll go on the front glass and you can actually see the full body shape from the underside on the glass, and make sure you're breeding fish that have good conformation. Oh yeah, well they just these ones, Sandy, you're gonna have to be extremely patient on, because I have to do a bit of work with these guys before they can be sold. What I mean by that is observation. I have to observe them for some time before they're going to be sold. Uh, their offspring as well, because I just want to make sure they're healthy. I've really uh, line bred this line, so I want to make sure we still get like really good fry counts, good egg counts, make sure the males stay fertile, make sure there's no wicked looking nasty fins coming out of them, or irregular body shapes, irregular fin shapes. The only thing we want is an irregular color, is what I'm looking for. I want blue. That's what we want, is all blue. So that's what we're after, and that's why we've cut the genes a little bit close on them. Hello, Chewy. Welcome. Welcome. Um, that is correct. I do not ship livestock to the U.S. Hell, I can't even get stuff into Canada from the U.S. right now. That's the one thing I haven't. So one thing I haven't talked about is I made an order to the States, to California, for rotifers. And it's not the company's fault that I ordered from. They haven't done anything wrong. We still need to communicate on how we're going to, hopefully they're going to help me out to rectify this problem. But Customs, Canada Customs, held my rotifers at Customs. I guarantee they're all dead. Now they've been held there for so long. They're not contacting me. FedEx is just dicks to work with right now, to be honest, because I'm so mad at them. They made that whole experience horrible. They made the experience horrible ordering from California, and it was FedEx's fault. That's why this experience has been bad. Their lack of communication, their lack of actually doing their job. And what I mean by doing the job is, if you need a document signed for Customs, get a hold of me, and I'll make sure the document gets signed. They didn't get a hold of me. They won't let me get a hold of them. It's just been a shit show. So I wasn't very happy about that. And I went splits on this order with a friend of mine who needed rotifers and rotifer food and rotifer equipment as well. Like, we literally have like $1,000 order sitting in Customs. So it's crazy. But they're using what's going on in the world right now as an excuse to essentially offer you poor service and get away with it. So even if I could ship to the States right now, I wouldn't, because the way they're doing stuff at the border. And yeah, I'm not happy with it. Not happy at all. Oh, I will. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see what we end up getting out of yeah. So that is the issues of a line bred strain. I guess you could look at it two ways. Quite often, you're going to lose the prettiness of a fish unless you do line breed. If you're constantly out crossing, you're gonna, I don't know, unless you're going straight to wild caught. A lot of the times, I find a lot of the color gets bled out of aquarium stock unless it's selectively line bred. So that's what I do. And let's face it. There's a lot of talk about line breeding and how it can, yeah, you can get some issues with it and whatnot if it's not done correctly. What do most people do? I'm just gonna say it because I don't hear people just say it too often. Maybe that's what I should make on a logo on a shirt. Just say it. How many people buy a bag full of guppies that all come from the same guy, girl, whoever? And they take that bag full of guppies they bought and they take it home and they let those guppies breed together like crazy. And then they sell or give whatever they do. They move some of them guppies along to someone else. Someone keeps that group of guppies together. Well, that's been the same damn group of guppies all the way through. They've been all interbred all the way through, all brothers and sisters breeding together. Same with, actually just had a talk with a lady that buys plants and livestock off of me tonight. She's looking at getting a multifasciatus tank going. And that's one of the things I said to her. You will know. I said, if you're going to buy them elsewhere, other than from me, make sure that person has diversified strains in his tank, because especially with multifasciatus, they'll start getting pug faces. I've gotten pug face ones before that I've purchased off of people, and that's what it's from. When I started my colony of Maltese, I actually went from 3 different suppliers to get the fish. So hopefully my lines had some diversification, because unless you're going to selectively line breed, and you're not going to do that with Maltese probably, yeah, try and get some different bloodlines in there. So that happens a lot with Maltese. That happens quite a bit. People will get a pair and they'll make a colony from a pair. Well, man, by the time you got 40, 50 fish in there, they're probably a little bit messed up sometimes. The gene pool is real thin. And that's why I don't have a problem with line breeding, because at least I'm doing it selectively. I'm doing it to the ones I want to breed together. I'm not just letting a free-for-all of fish to breed and let's hope good stuff comes out of it. It's I'm actually looking, say, I want your character traits and not your character traits, and putting them together. So that's my talk on that. But think about it, people. How many fish people buy fish all over the place, and you buy them in a group. They're all brothers and sisters, but people still breed them all together anyways. With cichlids, this is the worst. Everybody does it with cichlids. And, well, not everybody, but the majority of the population does it with cichlids and guppies, platies, everything. They're not line bred. Those are called interbred, actually. What I'm doing is called line breeding, and what is happening there is called interbreeding. That's basically line breeding without an observation of trying to improve the line. Chewy says, yes, line breeding in theory takes out general population, so most of the time the fish are all relatives and the population. That's correct. Steve says, what about fish that live in a landlocked lake? They have been line breeding for hundreds of years. You're very correct, and the strong are surviving and the weak die. So that's the difference. We can keep weak fish alive in fish tanks. In a wild, if a fish has a deformity that reduces its ability to either hide, catch food, swim away from food, or just general health. And when I say general health, I mean if it's been line bred so much that its immune system isn't very good, it'll catch a parasite that'll take it out, whatever, in the wild. But in the wild, the weak fish won't survive. Only the very, very strongest will survive. So that is line breeding. And so you need to get the same strain, but from another person that has them, and mix the population up as much as possible. Like your guppies need a little work. Yep, that's correct. Now, the only time that this comes into a problem is to do what I'm trying to do with these Ancestris here. I don't know anybody else that has a line like this. I created this line. So this is when it gets a little bit tricky, and outcrossing is Outcrossing is scary, and I'm only going to outcross when I absolutely have to outcross, I guess is what I'm saying. Um, if I outcross them now to some junk, then I'm taking myself back. I'm a firm believer in if you're gonna line breed, go for it. I don't see the need to outcross until there's another something else you're looking to put into that strain that you're lacking, or till you come up with either shape, fin size, coloration, or health problems, or small spawns in your fish. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It has to outcross lines. It has to outcross lines. Colorations fall apart. Yes, for sure. Knowing what traits you do not like externally is one thing, Steve. Internal issues like cancer is a big issue in the swordtails inline bred black strains, right? So if you're running a black strain of that, and you clearly knew you were running a black strain of that, I guess an outcross is almost necessary, right? Or ditch the line entirely. That's what I would say. If you've gotten to the point of, let's talk about my dog, for instance. Um, Roscoe is a Burmese mountain dog. I didn't research much before we got him. Nicole really wanted to get a Burmese mountain dog, so I just figured, what the hell, we're getting a Burmese mountain dog. They have a 50% chance of dying from cancer in their life, compared to the average dog breed has a 25% chance of dying from cancer. Honestly, if I had known this, I would have put up a fight about getting a Burmese mountain dog. That's clearly an inbred issue with them that that plays on their quality of life. So it'd be the very same thing with your fish. If you're breeding fish that die younger than they should, they don't have a very good quality of life. If you're breeding fins on fish so big that they can't swim as properly as they need to, if your fish are having small broads, if your fish are having health issues, then I would say give up on the line. If who the hell wants to breed on healthy fish? That's my take on it. Anyways, might not be the popular one, but that's what it is. Just say it. It also occurs in black bettas as well as, yeah, again, to get some colors and to get some, and I find, yeah, like Steve says right here, black strains in general. So I did black Moscows for quite some time, and they were weak. For a guppy, they were weak. I don't know why they would sometimes die. They would be susceptible to issues. Um, but they were weak. They just didn't seem to last that long. They didn't seem to have the hardiness that other guppies and other fish I had have. So yes, there are some very weak lines out there. Now, Steve, you did a lot of work with the black rams, which I see Mike had some at Fanatics. If you're looking for some more, I don't know if they're pure strain or not, but I believe you were telling me that none of them are pure strain. Did you have a lot of the weakness issues with the black rams? Um, did they were they harder to get from fry stage to adults? They are not. Okay, I don't know what you're referring to there. If it's they are not weak or they're not pure strain. Yeah. Yeah, right. The black fry. That's weird, right? Because with like dogs and cats and stuff, it's always white dogs. White dogs or white cats. They're always deaf, blind, or something wrong with them. Very cancerous. Ah, okay. Yeah, he had a few there. I wasn't sure or not. So I'm sorry to hear that, Sand Creek. I'm starting to see weakness in my guppies. Mutt guppies, red cobra mix with something or a bunch of things. Yeah, it depends, right? If you got some weak strains in there, maybe you need to outcross a bit, get some more strength in them, or like I said, start over. I don't even know how to say that, Chewy, but melanphores in fish and melanin is a color gene in animals that make animals acceptable to cancer. I did not know that. Did not know that. But anyways, everybody, it's been a good talk. I'm sure there's people coming on behind us here, so we should probably get off the air. And yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to cut questions off or anything. It just seemed like a good time. I guess the same thing can happen to a yeah, most definitely. Any colony of fish, especially live bears. Any colony of fish, like I was saying before, it's you have brothers, and people usually purchase brothers and sisters together, and they let them breed, and then they breed together, and they breed together. It just becomes they get weakened. They get weakened without the selective breeding, and if you're just letting them go. The Dark Knight Rams I got from Mike are about 10% black, rest a mix of electric and gold. Huh. Hmm. Now I don't know how many come out true. I don't know how many true strains there is out there, Steve. There's also antibiotic resistant genes too. Yeah, there's lots of antibiotic resistant stuff going on lately. But yeah. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to shut her down for tonight. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, everybody stay safe and happy fish keeping. And we'll see who I'm going to get on for a guest next week. I got a couple of people in mind. I'll get someone to talk to so you don't have to just look at my ugly mug. And we'll go from there. I don't think I'm going to do Saturday live streams much anymore. I think I'm going to give up my time slot for that. It's summertime. I'd prefer to be outside a little bit more. I don't tend to have as much time for live streams, but I would like to keep my Monday night live streams going. I enjoy doing this, and hopefully people are finding some value in it. One more thing I wanted to throw out there. I am looking forward to tomorrow night. Our Brass Aquarium Club is actually having their very first online meeting, members only, as we've been told. So I look forward to any of the Barry members that are on the chat right now. I know Steve is. I don't know who else is on the chat from Barry. I don't think anybody actually, but I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night. We haven't met up, and I haven't been to a club meeting since I believe January. I don't think. Yeah, I haven't been to one since January. So yeah, it'd be good to see everybody. Anyways, from us to you, take care, everybody. Happy fish keeping, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.